Great to have you back on another episode of the Instant Film Project, where I draw on Polaroids that I've taken with chalk pastel to extend their story. So this is one of the Polaroids that I've taken at Hyde Park. I think they have a Italian Renaissance garden or, some name to that effect. I took this photo during the fall, and so you can see I really wanted to experiment with different compositions of falling leaves. And I'm sure, as you've seen on the thumbnail, this is going to be a maple leaf, drawing. So the first composition I tried is having three of those leaves, and then, of course, one large one and one that I actually considered having it on the very edge so that the contours that you would see on the photo with the tree line would become one of the edges of the leaves. Um, I felt that it may be a bit unclear. The tree line itself is not really maple leaf shaped, and so it would be a bit of a stretch, and I didn't want to force it. So I ended up choosing the third composition where I have one large leaf and then a solid foreground um, with color blocks in. The maple leaf is challenging in that it has a lot of different colors, and I felt like that was sort of the highlight of the drawing, to have all those different colors present and working together. So with this color study, I tried having a more of a orange, brown, green sort of shades. And then the second color study that you see that I'm doing right now is more red. There are a lot more reds. Um, I think I ended up liking the second one the most, but um, I want to try without so much green in it. Oh no, I actually tried having more green in it. So, it's part of the process. I think what I liked about having more green is that the leaf ended up being more solid. It feels a bit more grounded. There are sort of two ways of playing this, so to speak, in terms of getting the composition together and getting a polished final look. I think my worry here is that if I did a very line-based drawing, that it wouldn't have that weight necessary to carry that drawing. So you can see in the early stages of this drawing, you can see what it would look like if it were more line-based. I ended up choosing to go with a more solid filled in look, which is a bit unusual for me, because I don't tend to do all the smushing around and blending. Uh, but this was a sort of an interesting piece, is in just in the fact that it's unusual for me. It's an unusual style. The other thing about having that filled in look is that I'm able to bring in more of those colors. So you can see I just felt like because it's a leaf, it doesn't have that visual interest sufficient, if I were to just have that as an outline. So you can see that I'm filling more of the colors and more of the whites in. It's getting there. There it is. So here you have the color blocks. And that's it. I think I really like the title of Change. Um, if you like the piece, check it out. It's on my website.